The lone highway stretched ahead, cutting through the vast Texas landscape under a moonlit sky. My goal was simple: reach my relatives before dawn. However, the universe had its own agenda. As the miles ticked away, my car, apparently disgruntled with my ambitious timeline, decided to call it quits. The engine sputtered and wheezed, sending plumes of smoke into the night air. Panic set in as I coasted to the side of the road, surrounded by an endless expanse of darkness. With a sigh, I accepted my fate and fumbled for my phone, only to discover the cruel truth: no signal. Desperation lingered in the air as I scanned the deserted highway. Just when I was convinced that the coyotes would soon be my only companions, a dimly lit sign materialized in the distance. Pecan Haven Inn. The word haven beckoned like a beacon of salvation. The hotel, nestled on the outskirts of a small Texas town, exuded the charm of a bygone era. The flickering neon sign, despite its dilapidated state, promised shelter from the desolation that surrounded me. Upon entering the lobby, my initial optimism crumbled. The outdated decor clashed with my expectations of a haven. An indifferent receptionist with a name tag that read Dave handed me a worn-out key without uttering a word. The air, thick with the scent of mildew, didn't bode well for a restful night. Despite my reservations, exhaustion led me to the room on the second floor. The faded wallpaper and creaking floorboards added a sinister undertone to the experience, but my weariness overshadowed any misgivings. After locking the door and securing the windows, habits ingrained by years of solo travel, I collapsed onto the sagging mattress. Sleep claimed me swiftly, a fleeting respite in the heart of uncertainty. A sudden knock jolted me awake, the room cloaked in shadows cast by the flickering street lamp outside. Instinctively cautious, I approached the door and peered through the peephole. A man, clad in a stained uniform, stood outside, feigning a helpful smile. He introduced himself as the hotel's maintenance man, claiming to have received a complaint about a leak in the room. Skepticism gnawed at my gut. The odd hour and his disheveled appearance fueled my unease. Reluctantly, I opened the door just wide enough to communicate. His demeanor barely concealed sinister intentions, and it really sent shivers down my spine. Alarm bells rang as he persistently insisted on entering the room. My refusal only seemed to amuse him, revealing the true nature of his visit. Without warning, he lunged forward, attempting to force his way in. Panic surged as I fought back, summoning strength fueled by sheer survival instinct. In the struggle, my screams reverberated through the desolate hallway, a cry for help that seemed destined to go unanswered. Just when despair threatened to consume me, the hotel door opposite mine swung open. A burly figure emerged, a fellow traveler, drawn by the commotion. The would-be intruder, now outnumbered, retreated into the shadows, disappearing like a phantom into the night. With gratitude in my eyes, I exchanged a silent nod with my unexpected savior. No words were spoken, yet an unspoken understanding passed between us, the shared realization that danger could lurk where least expected. As dawn broke, I found myself at the local sheriff's office, recounting the harrowing encounter with the man who had masqueraded as a maintenance worker. Law enforcement, seasoned to the tricks of those who prey on vulnerability, mobilized swiftly. The investigation that unfolded revealed a disturbing truth. The seedy hotel harbored a human trafficking ring preying on unsuspecting travelers. The seemingly run-down establishment served as a front for criminal activities that thrived in the shadows. My close call, far from an isolated incident, shed light on the sinister underbelly of a seemingly innocuous town. Swift action from law enforcement dismantled the operation, but the echoes of that night lingered in the recesses of my mind. The lessons learned on that desolate Texas highway transcended cautionary tales of seedy motels. They spoke of the resilience found in unexpected allies, the importance of trusting instincts, and the collective responsibility to shine a light on the darkness that preys on the vulnerable. As I resumed my journey, the highway stretched ahead once more. But this time, the moonlit expanse carried the weight of a shared experience, a reminder that in the heart of darkness, Even the faintest glimmer of vigilance can guide the way to safety. Our 5th anniversary was upon us, and my wife and I decided to indulge in the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Eager to make it a memorable occasion, we booked a room at a swanky hotel with a rich history, unaware of the chilling tales that lurked within its opulent walls. The lobby dazzled with its vintage Hollywood charm, gilded chandeliers, plush carpets, and faded photographs of celebrities from a bygone era. We were greeted by a concierge named Mary, who offered a warm smile that couldn't quite dispel the subtle air of mystery that clung to the surroundings. Our suite, adorned with luxurious furnishings, promised a lavish retreat. Excitement bubbled within us as we explored the spacious room, eager to immerse ourselves in the allure of old Hollywood. Little did we know that our celebration would soon take an unexpected turn into the realm of the eerie. The first evening unfolded with dinner at a nearby restaurant, laughter echoing in the night as we strolled back to the hotel. The corridors whispered tales of legendary guests and whispered secrets, adding an air of mystique to our celebration. Our joy, however, would soon be punctuated by an inexplicable sense of unease. As we settled into our suite, the ambiance shifted subtly. The air grew cooler, and faint whispers seemed to linger in the background, as if the walls held the secrets of Hollywood's golden age. I dismissed it as a mere figment of my imagination, eager to savor the anniversary spirit. As the night deepened, an unexpected chill settled within the room. The vintage Hollywood charm that had initially enchanted us now felt tinged with an otherworldly presence. The mood shifted, and the once inviting atmosphere became charged with an unspoken tension. In the hush of the night, a shadowy figure materialized near the foot of our bed. An apparition from Hollywood's storied past. The transparent silhouette of a woman, adorned in a glamorous gown reminiscent of a bygone era, left us breathless. Her eyes, pools of darkness, fixated on us with an intensity that transcended the realms of the living. Fear clutched at our hearts as the spectral figure glided across the room, her incorporeal form unaffected by the physical barriers that separated our world from hers. Our anniversary retreat had unwittingly become a rendezvous with a ghostly presence, a brush with the spectral history woven into the fabric of the hotel. Unable to comprehend the unearthly encounter, we sought refuge in the corridors, where the echoes of Hollywood's glamorous past reverberated with an eerie resonance. Whispers carried through the air, the ghostly murmurs of a bygone era, a symphony of voices that beckoned us to unravel the mysteries concealed within the hotel's historic walls. In our quest for answers, we stumbled upon an aging photograph in a dimly lit hallway. The spectral woman, captured in the frame, bore a striking resemblance to the apparition that had materialized in our room. The photograph, a relic from Hollywood's golden age, hinted at a story untold, a tale that had transcended time. As we delved into the hotel's history, we uncovered a narrative of passion, betrayal, and unfulfilled dreams, the echoes of lives that had left an indelible mark on the building's very foundation. The spectral encounters, once relegated to the realm of folklore, now manifested with an unsettling clarity. Our anniversary celebration had transformed into a journey through Hollywood's haunted legacy, where the past intertwined with the present in spectral echoes. Ghostly apparitions emerged as silent storytellers, imparting the untold tales of stars who had graced the halls in a bygone era. As dawn approached, we stood at the precipice of history, our anniversary forever marked by the chilling encounters with the spectral inhabitants of the swanky Hollywood hotel. The allure of old Hollywood, once captivating, now carried an undertone of eeriness that lingered in the recesses of our memories. Our 5th anniversary, initially intended as a celebration of love, had become an unexpected venture into the paranormal. Hollywood's glamorous facade had given way to a spectral reality, leaving us with a haunting tale that transcended time and blurred the boundaries between the living and the lingering echoes of the past. Being on the road for business meant I often found myself in strange towns, relying on the hospitality of questionable hotels. This time, my luck led me to a place that seemed plucked from the 70s, with a flickering neon sign that desperately clung to life. The entrance was bathed in a sickly yellow glow that only added to the overall air of sketchiness. The lobby, a time capsule from an era I never wished to revisit, smelled like stale cigarettes and nostalgia. The overly enthusiastic receptionist, who could have doubled as an extra in a B-movie, handed me a key with a wink that was more unsettling than friendly. My room, tucked away in a dimly lit corridor, greeted me with the aroma of industrial-strength cleaner, doing little to mask the underlying mustiness. The bedspread, a pattern straight from my grandmother's attic, looked as if it had weathered the Cold War. Despite the questionable aesthetics, exhaustion convinced me that any bed would do. The night, however, had plans of its own. As I lay there, enveloped by the unsettling silence, a peculiar hum resonated through the room. A rhythmic thud followed, like the beat of a heart struggling to maintain its rhythm. My groggy mind dismissed it as the eccentricities of an aging hotel, but my nerves weren't as easily convinced. The dull thuds continued, growing more persistent as the night wore on. My curiosity outweighed my apprehension, so I embarked on an amateur investigation. The source seemed to emanate from the floor below, leading me to the realization that the hotel's shady charm extended beyond its decor. The hallway, a dimly lit runway to the unknown, stretched before me. My footsteps echoed through the narrow passage as I descended the creaky staircase, a feeling of foreboding gnawing at my insides. The noise led me to a door at the end of a dimly lit corridor, revealing a faint glow that hinted at life within. As I approached, muffled voices reached my ears, their urgency growing apparent. My hand hovered over the doorknob, hesitating between the desire to unravel the mystery and the fear of what I might find. With a deep breath, I turned the handle, the door creaking open to reveal a makeshift casino that could have been lifted from a gritty crime novel. The low hum of chatter and clinking chips filled the air as patrons immersed themselves in games that danced on the fringes of legality. My intrusion didn't go unnoticed. A burly man, tattoos peeking from beneath a rolled-up sleeve, fixed me with a gaze that screamed, "Trespasser." A shiver ran down my spine, regret settling in the pit of my stomach. "Who invited you?" he growled, his words accompanied by a chorus of hushed murmurs from the less-than-law-abiding crowd. My initial excuse, stammered and weak, only deepened their suspicion. In the midst of their scrutiny, I spotted him, the source of the rhythmic thuds that had disrupted my night. A man, hunched over a table, played a game of chance with unwavering focus. Each card dealt echoed through the room, its significance shrouded in mystery. The crowd's demeanor shifted, their attention veering from me to the man at the table. Whispers of "the dealer" passed through the clandestine gathering, their reverence and trepidation painting a vivid picture of the man's reputation. The dealer's gaze, a piercing stare that hinted at depths beyond comprehension, locked onto mine. His eyes, dark pools that seemed to absorb the surrounding light, conveyed a silent invitation to join the clandestine ritual. Suddenly, the reality of my situation hit me like a truck. I was a lone traveler stumbling into the web of an underground casino, facing a crowd that knew no qualms about enforcing their own brand of justice. The burly man, growing impatient, made it clear that my presence wasn't welcome. Fear propelled me towards the exit, each step echoing the pounding of my heart. The hallway, once dimly familiar, now seemed like a labyrinth, taunting me with its twists and turns. As I reached the staircase, a voice echoed through the corridor, the dealer's sinister whisper, a haunting invitation that froze me in my tracks. "Care to make a wager?" he intoned, his words laden with promises and perils. My instincts screamed at me to escape, to flee the shadowy realm I had unwittingly stumbled upon. With adrenaline as my guide, I sprinted up the staircase, fueled by the fear of what lay behind and the consequences that awaited me. Back in the safety of my disheveled room, the neon sign outside flickered its dim approval. The night, once stagnant, now pulsed with the rhythm of the clandestine world that lurked below. As I lay there, the hum of the underworld lingering in the air, I couldn't shake the feeling that the hotel's worn facade concealed more secrets than its guests would ever fathom. In the dim glow of the room, The shadows danced, each one concealing a story untold. And I, a mere spectator, had glimpsed into a world where chance and consequence entwined in the dead of night. Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on more spine-chilling tales. Subscribe now for weekly scares. Hit that red button and join our journey into the unknown.